Hello, hello. Let's do Emergency Elusive Merc. So this stage is pretty hard. I'd recommend that you have 3 kings at least before you try to do the emergency version. Regular version is fine with 2. I thought a lot about what sort of clear I wanted to record, but I figured I might as well just show the one where I was struggling the most. In this run in particular, I had a Nasus Karma and 2 boss key relics that had a pretty large impact on the clear, which were the SP one, which have SP gain regen, and also the one that gave a chance of having Dreadcast marks, like what that guy has right now. So anyways, let's just get started. We immediately put down Surfer, and we start generating DP. Then we put down Cruister to destroy that drone. Then we place down Gummy, and then we will do nothing. We will sit here. Once Surfer has finished killing that guy, you can remove her. Alright, and you can see that W goes down through that staircase, and now the tile that is the range tile below Gummy is now safe to deploy on, but we don't deploy yet because we have to wait for the Mudrock Zealots to move in. Is that what they're called? Well, they're Mudrock Zealots now. I think they're Mudrock throwers. So we do this. We specifically make sure that the enemies are not over a ground tile so that Rosmontis will pillar one of the rock throwers, and the other one we will spawn another pillar on top of. Durin is very good for this map because of this, because she can spawn pillars for cheap. Anyways, so we have these 2 guys now, and it's kind of scary, right? And so our solution first is to stun that one to make sure that Rosmontis stays alive, and then we activate our skill free. There we go. Skill free is really good on this map because it baits a lot of hits with the pillars, and it also hits 2 enemies at once, which is really important. And also it just has better damage. So these rock throwers are pretty much the main threat that we have to manage on this map. W primarily exists as a way to deny locations, range tiles basically. But these rock throwers are what actually will cause you to die. So our objective is basically to repeatedly block them over and over. So you can see that I'm just going to keep on deploying pillars on them and blocking them. And remember that they target 2. So you have to be very conscious of the fact that even when they are blocked in Rosmontis range, they will still be hitting her. Like that. Yeah. That's that wave dealt with. We have to deal with the mage somehow. Normally it would be dead, but we have a Nasus Karma, so it's still alive, which is very annoying. Alright, so W now moves down away from that area, and so now it's safe to place down Calcit, which is a huge pressure relief. We can now place down Cow and Monster to bait the hits from the right side, and so now we only have to focus on the rock throwers from the left side. However, with this wave comes in the Frost Drone. There's 2 variants on this map actually. There can be one where the Frost Drone, there's a single Frost Drone that spawns at the start, and another one that spawns in now. Or there can be another variant where 2 Frost Drones spawn in at the start. Ultimately the strategy doesn't really change though. Either way, so the Frost Drone moves in and we have to kill it, otherwise Rosmontis won't be able to do damage. So we deploy a Mia, or any sniper. For example, we could have had April here, or used Cruister if we saved her, but we had a Mia. So we activated Mia and we activate skill. So here you can see that the Dreadcast mark is going to annoy us a lot, honestly. Because what's going to happen is that Necrosis field is going to make it impossible for us to kill W. So W is moving in. Now we have to be very careful, because if W kills our operators too early, then we will leak a bunch, right? So we wait for her to move a bit in, and then we block shift her in with Gravel, and then we activate Rosmontis skill free. But you see that the Necrosis field and the Nasus Karma is working together to make it so that even Rosmontis with the full King's Crown effect is doing basically no damage. Either way though, so the left side is just going to be the wizard and the W now, and the right side is going to be just those enemies. And conveniently enough, Cal is completely safe on that tile. She will not be hit by W as long as you don't, as long as you don't place anything close to her, I guess. Yeah, so you can see that Rosmontis got her to barely half, and unfortunately, because of we are lacking too much damage, so Rosmontis is going to die here. Yeah, so we can see that ultimately not killing W is not a huge deal on this map, mainly because we will only leak 2 even if we do that, even if that happens. W leaks for 2 and the wizards leak for 1. And as such, this is an okay result to have. As you can see, Cal isn't getting attacked by W. She won't get attacked by a wizard either. I'm just trying to kill the wizard here to save a leak. Overall, my advice for this stage would be have Durin, because she is a very cheap pillar spawn. Aside from that, this stage, as long as you're willing to leak W and you're able to do it, it's a lot less DPS check heavy than you may expect. The main concern is that the rock forwards you still have to manage, and so you want to make sure you have the max HP to do so. One last shred cast for the road. And that's that.